Hi and welcome to CBN4's Primetime News. Today, I'm your presenter, Arlian Christopher. Let's take a look at the headlines for today. Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit expresses profound gratitude towards the UN agencies still on the island. Kelva Daru responds to a statement by the MP for the Wesley constituency. And the Coast Guard sees a ton of marijuana in the Caribbean Sea. Stay tuned for these and other stories when CBN4's Primetime News returns. We'll be right back.
Sweet talk, dear man, never lot of that. Yes, I. You don't know it's your boy Trilogy, urging everybody, young and old, to stay strong and stay healthy. You don't know we're doing it for 2018. Boom.
And welcome back. First up, Prime Minister of Dominica Roosevelt Skerrit has gone on public record again to show gratitude towards World Food Programme, the UNDP and UNICEF for the extraordinary demonstration of empathy, solidarity and concern which they have expressed and continue to express to the citizens of Dominica after the ravages of Hurricane Maria. A number of international donor agencies have shown tremendous support to Dominica after the devastation caused by Maria on September 18, 2017.
Friends from World Food Programme and UNDP and UNICEF, that without your presence here in Dominica, we would not have made such progress in our response. And as the Prime Minister of this country, we shall remain permanently and eternally grateful to you and your staff for your support, because you, in your interventions, touched the core of human aspect of our society. You addressed the real and personal matters confronting the citizens at the time.
World Food Programme, United Nations Development Programme, and the United Nations Children's Fund have all reached out to the most vulnerable persons across Dominica and ensuring that they were given hope that there is help and that the help was forthcoming and tangible.
And this gave them the hope of looking forward to tomorrow. Because when we all woke up on the morning of the 19th of September, there was profound hopelessness in our country. But with your presence and your interventions, this gave our people the hope to look forward to a better and brighter day.
The Prime Minister further thanked the staff of these international agencies who spent several weeks and months here in Dominica under trying circumstances.
No electricity, no running water, no access to the human comfort elements, but because of their intrinsic commitment to alleviating human suffering, they were able to perform admirably, and for this we are also profoundly and profusely grateful.
And a Dominican, Alfred James, The third person to have been charged in the alleged murder of Kemoy Jeffers has been remanded to Her Majesty's Prison in Antigua. Prosecutors withdrew a previous charge which had only named 2 other suspects as defendants in the case. The Upper Fort Road resident made his first appearance in court before Chief Magistrate Walsh and was denied bail. The 3 co-accused made an appearance in the magistrate's court and are remanded to prison awaiting committal proceedings set for June 28th. And a 2-year-old boy who sustained second-degree burns to his body was airlifted out of Dominica for further treatment in America. The boy sustained the injury while at home with his grandmother. As stated by the mother of the child, 50% of his body got burnt.
He was home with my mom early morning. My mom normally cooks for my brother to go to work, and they were all sitting in the living area, and then my mom said, okay, well, let she go and change her bed, make her bed as she do every morning. And then the next thing she heard, the entire pot, he just went and pulled on the pot and it screamed, and then she rushed out. And then that's when she saw the entire thing and his body, and then they rushed him to the Portsmouth hospital, and then he was transferred here to the Princess Margaret Hospital. He received a second-degree burn. 50% of his body were burnt, from his face all the way down to the left side of his back, and all the way down to from his face to his chest down to his penis area.
Carbon also indicated that her son is in an okay condition at the moment, but further treatment to help in the process of healing is still a priority right now as he faces risk of infection. The People's Party of Dominica are of the view that the national security apparatus in the Commonwealth of Dominica is approaching a no-return state of decay. In a statement from PPOD, the appointment of an Assistant Commissioner of Police is just a smokescreen, a cover-up, if you will, of the underlying canker that keeps rotting away at the fabric and morale of a once fine Caribbean institution. The appointment of an Assistant Commissioner of Police with a portfolio of crime prevention, crime reduction, crime intelligence and forensic management is in effect the job of the Commissioner of Police, the statement reads. Fernie James has more on the statement of the People's Party of Dominica.
Yes, Allian, the People's Party of Dominica states that crime prevention is the responsibility of the entire police force, which it would rather call a police service, and so is crime reduction. According to PPOD, it makes no sense to establish departments for officers of crime prevention and crime reduction when various departments like the CID and other anti-crime units are already performing this task. Criminal intelligence and forensic management are different matters, as officers can be trained and allocated to these functional departments. In light of much needed national security reform, the People's Party of Dominica also states it will enact the following changes, given the opportunity to serve the citizens of Dominica in government. 1. Change the name of the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force to the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Service. 2. Create a defense force which absorbs most of the functions of the SSU and with special emphasis on disaster preparedness and agriculture, and also separate the Coast Guard unit to become its own independent entity. 3. Shift the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Service back under the Ministry of Legal Affairs, with some sections to be jointly managed with the Ministry of National Security. 4. Implement a meritocratic system whereby officers are promoted based on qualifications, tenureship, and experience, and establish a tribunal separate from the Police Service Commission or the Police Welfare Association to address grievances and complaints from officers. 5. Place emphasis on the decentralization of departments, the CID and Immigration Services, for instance, and provide constant training for officers who wish to serve within these departments. Implement systems for better crime reporting, telecommunications and IT, logistics, and upgrade the standard police uniform to include mandatory donning of ballistic vests. The above are just some of the changes that PPOD intends to implement. A detailed listing of the changes are made available in the party's manifesto to be published later. Given a chance in government, the People's Party of Dominica indicated that they will usher in an era of development never witnessed in the history of Dominica.
And thank you, Fernie James, for that report. We'll be back with more news right after this break. Stay tuned.
Sweet talk, dear man, never lot of that. Yes, I. You don't know it's your boy Trilogy, urging everybody, young and old, to stay strong and stay healthy. You don't know we're doing it for 2018. Boom.
And welcome back to CBN4's Primetime News Package. After months of hard work and dedication, the team at Range Developments has successfully completed the clearing of segment 12 of the Waitikobuli National Trail, which was ravaged by Hurricane Maria. The devastation was so extensive that segment 12, which leads from Bonn to Penville, is currently the only section of the Waitikobuli National Trail which is clear for hiking in the northern part of the island. The 13.5 kilometer long segment takes approximately 7 hours to complete and is categorized as a moderate to difficult hike. Due to the success of the clearing exercise, there are plans to use segment 12 for 1 day of hiking activities during the upcoming 10th annual hiking festival. The event aims to promote a greater appreciation of Dominica's wonderful attractions, including some of its most iconic hiking trails. The Range Development team will continue volunteering on other segments and would like to encourage everyone in Dominica to actively join in with the clearing efforts. For further updates, you can. And improvements to roadways in and around the capital city of Roseau continues. This footage you are seeing right now is the Charles Avenue. Charles Avenue leads from the Princess Margaret Hospital down to the Dominica Agricultural, Industrial and Development Bank, the Aid Bank. The government of Dominica in May 2017 signed a $3.5 million contract with Offshore Civil and Marine Incorporated for the rehabilitation of Charles Avenue on the outskirts of Roseau. Many persons living and working in the Charles Avenue area are happy for the project, but are disappointed at the length of time it is taking to complete the road project. CBN4's Fernie James has more on the road rehabilitation of Charles Avenue.
Road rehabilitation works began on the upper section of Charles Avenue, locally known as the Hospital Road, a few months before the devastation of Hurricane Maria. An obvious setback of 2 months has the project in ongoing stages as we speak. CBN4 reached out to residents, bus drivers and daily commuters to find out their views on the project.
To me, before the hurricane, they was doing a faster job. But at this time, I think it's really, really slipping. I think that they should do something better than that, because they should understand this is the hospital road. The ambulance have to move around, the people have to move around, somebody have an operation and you have to go and pick them up, and then somebody have to pass in that with them. It's kind of stiff. Then you as the driver have to take care of the person, because you know you have a patient on board. But at the same time, I think they should do better than that. Yes, I do believe they had that, because after Mary it takes some time, and then I think it's water supply, utilities in particular, they came and they had to plow the entire place and lay the pipes and so on. So this really happened.
Yes, so they're claiming that within a month's time that the road will be completed. Do you believe that they will be able?
Not what I'm seeing in front of me.
A disappointing project. I saw these guys before the hurricane at that stage, and then after the hurricane they dug the whole road to put pipes, and I mean, this road is going nowhere. It's that they say, but I mean, if they cannot complete it so many months ago, I have no confidence that they're going to do it in a month's time. But if they do, fine.
Well, I've been here from last year, and the project is a bit slow to me. It could be going faster. I mean, that's a road that I see is a busy road. A lot of people living around here, and there's schools and stuff, and I mean, they could be moving a little faster on it.
Well, so far, in the end, it will be beneficiary for us, because the children are passing there, they are coming on their parents. Some of the parents have vehicles, and there is wide enough now. So when it is completed, it will be beneficial for all of us.
The importance of the completion of this roadwork is vital to us all, as it leads to the main emergency station on island. The supervisor on duty informed us that within a month's time, total completion is expected. The public is asked to exercise caution and patience until then. Fernie James reporting for CBN4 News.
And also in the news, Member of Parliament for the St. Joseph constituency, Honorable Calvert Darrow, has responded to a statement made by the Honorable Member of Parliament for the Wesley constituency, Ezekiel Bazil. At the third meeting of the third session of the 9th Parliament, Bazil noted that $4.1 million has been placed on the York Valley Bridge in Layu, where there's no road leading to it.
We have noticed $4.1 million placed on the York Valley Bridge. There's no road to the bridge and no road from the bridge. But the areas in Woodford Hill, people live there and the farmers farm there. But we put $4.1 million for Maniku and Agouti to run on a bridge, because there's no road to, not from the bridge. Okay?
Darrow replied to that statement by saying that the current government has a comprehensive plan to complete rehabilitation of the road leading to and from the York Valley Bridge.
This is a significant project. And again, you heard the member for Wesley mention that they are constructing a bridge, but there's no road leading to the bridge. But let me tell the member for Wesley, Madam Speaker, that this government has a comprehensive plan to ensure that the section of the road from the York Valley Bridge leading onto Pocasset will be completely rehabilitated. And we have already secured, Madam Speaker, through the CDB, a loan for the section from the Hillsborough Bridge to the York Valley Bridge. In fact, Madam Speaker, we have received and we have begun work on a first component of that loan from the CDB, that we contracted from the CDB, which deals specifically with the construction of an emergency shelter at Layu. And that project is ongoing as I speak, Madam Speaker.
Another component of the loan project is to have the road sections within the Layu Valley area completely rehabilitated.
What we have done, Madam Speaker, both after Erica and after Hurricane Maria, we've had to reassess the situation, because a lot has changed in terms of the dynamics of that and the scope of that project, Madam Speaker. And therefore, we have had to revisit the project and to look at now a more practical way of doing that road from the Hillsborough Bridge to the York Valley. And it may involve cutting a new road, Madam Speaker, to lead to the bridge. Because what has happened is that the Layo River has eroded the original road, Madam Speaker, to an extent where it will be more costly to pass that same road for that same area. So we are looking at that currently. And once we have finalized the scope of works, we will move forward in earnest, Madam Speaker, to ensure that we can continue to rehabilitate that work, the works in that area, Madam Speaker.
And in other news, the Deputy Secretary General of the Caribbean Community Secretariat, Ambassador Manoma Soik Nandan, will lead a team from the CARICOM Secretariat to Dominica to conduct sensitization sessions on the CARICOM results-based management system. The team will be in Dominica, beginning today to the 12th of May 2018 to conduct individual sessions with state actors, non-state actors, and parliamentarians of Dominica. And stay tuned, we'll be back with more right after this break.
Sweet talk, dear man, have a lot of that. Yes, I. You don't know it's your boy Trilogy, urging everybody, young and old, to stay strong and stay healthy. You don't know we're doing it for 2018. Boom.
Welcome back, and now with news from around the region. The United States Coast Guard says an estimated 1 ton of marijuana had been seized during a 71-day deployment of the cutter Resolute in the Caribbean Sea. It said the drug had a street value of $2.2 million and that 7 suspected drug smugglers have been apprehended as part of the Operation Riptide. With election day set for May 24, 2018 in Barbados, candidates lined up on nomination day on Monday to officially register their status as a viable contestant seeking to lead Barbados for the next political term. This year's election has attracted a record number of parties and candidates, with a total of 132 nominated on May 7th. The ruling Democratic Labour Party, DLP, led by Prime Minister Freundel Stewart, and the opposition Barbados Labour Party, BLP, led by the opposition leader Mia Mottley, have both announced their full slate of 30 candidates each. The New Solutions Barbados Party, SB, led by Grenville Phillips too, has announced a slate of 26 candidates, whereas the United Progressive Party, UPP, led by former BLP candidate Minister Lynette Eastmond, is presenting a slate of 23 candidates. A total of 6 candidates were nominated for the St. Michael East constituency as candidates from the BLP, the DLP, the UPP, the Barbados Integrity Movement, BIM, Bajan People Movement, BPM, and Solutions Barbados all made their way to the Barbados Community College to register for nomination day. And from around the world, North Korea has freed 3 U.S. citizens from prison, according to a tweet from U.S. President Donald Trump. It is viewed as a goodwill gesture ahead of a historic summit between Trump and North Korea's Kim Jong-un. Trump said he would greet the men when they return with Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, who has been in Pyongyang to arrange the planned talks. Kim Hak-sung, Tony Kim, and Kim Dong-shu were able to walk on the plane without assistance, the White House stated. They had been jailed for anti-state activities and placed in labor camps. And that's how we come to the end of today's Primetime News package. On behalf of the entire CBN4 team, I'm Alian Christopher saying thank you for joining us.